Let's dive into something that, let's be honest, every single one of us struggles with.
You know the feeling all too well. It's the blank page, the blinking cursor. It just sits there, mocking you. Maybe you've had that document open for days, maybe even weeks, telling yourself, oh, I'll start when I have a really good idea, when inspiration strikes. But that perfect moment, it never seems to arrive.
And this isn't just about writing, is it? We do this with everything. It's that business plan we've been meaning to draft, that new skill we want to pick up, that project we keep daydreaming about. We wait, we do research, we watch endless tutorials, telling ourselves we're just getting ready.
But what if, and this is a big what if that whole idea of being ready is just a complete myth? What if it's the very thing that's holding us back?
Yeah, that's really the heart of it, isn't it? All that preparation is often just a very sophisticated, very convincing form of procrastination. We're not actually preparing, we're hiding. We're delaying the moment we have to face the work. And why are we hiding? Simple. We're scared.
So what do these fears actually sound like? Well, we're scared our first try is going to be genuinely terrible. We're scared people are going to look at it and think we're a total fraud. And maybe the deepest fear of all, we're scared we'll discover that we are completely and totally in over our heads. So we just wait. We wait for this imaginary future version of ourselves who's somehow smarter and braver. Spoiler alert, that person isn't coming.
And that brings us to what might be the single most important mindset shift you can possibly make. This right here, this is the key to breaking that entire cycle of waiting.
This idea just flips our whole way of thinking upside down. See, we believe we need a crystal clear plan before we can act, but the truth is the complete opposite. Clarity doesn't come from thinking about it more. Clarity comes from doing. Think about it like this. You can't outline your way to a perfect novel. It's impossible. The ideas, the character's voice, the real story, all of that emerges from the messy act of writing itself. You figure out what you're trying to say by saying it badly first, and then you go back and you fix it.
And it's the exact same thing with any skill. You could study human anatomy for a year, but you won't really learn how to draw a hand. You know how you learn? By drawing hundreds of awful, terrible-looking hands over and over until they stop looking like weird fleshy spiders. The understanding is forged right there in the clumsy attempt.
Now, of course, this whole process of doing, it's not exactly comfortable. To be honest, a lot of the time, it feels pretty awful.
Your first crack at anything new is almost guaranteed to be a mess. It's going to be awkward, it won't work the way you pictured it in your head, and you'll feel like a complete imposter. But here is the secret. That feeling isn't a warning sign to stop. That feeling is the feeling of learning. Every single expert you admire went through that exact same clunky, awkward phase. They just didn't stop.
The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard just hit the nail on the head with this one. You can only understand the path once you're already down the road, looking back at where you came from. You don't get the map before you start the journey. We all want that perfect map first, but since we can't have it, we just end up standing at the starting line forever.
So if we can't wait for clarity, and we know for a fact the fear isn't just going to magically disappear, what's left? What on earth is the answer?
The moment you just start, the second you write that first awful sentence or draw that first misshapen hand, something magical happens. Momentum takes over. Ideas start to flow, not because you were finally ready, but because you were in motion. All of a sudden, that blank page isn't some intimidating monster anymore. It's just a space to work.
So you really got two states you can be in. There's the passive state of waiting, researching, planning, watching. And then there's the active state of doing, writing, building, developing. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing in your life changes until you step out of that first column and into the second. So this is the big takeaway. Don't wait until you feel ready, because you never will. Don't wait until you know exactly what you're doing, and definitely don't wait for the fear to go away. Just begin. Messily, imperfectly, badly. You have to start right now, even if your first attempt is terrible. In fact, especially if it's terrible. Because a terrible start is infinitely more powerful than a perfect plan you never ever act on. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. That thing, the one you've been putting off, waiting for that perfect moment, what is it? And what's the first small, imperfect step you can take on it? Today, right now.